Hello everyone, hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video will be on this pinafore baggy trouser, and if you haven't seen the tutorial of the baggy trouser, please check it out. It's doing well and people are loving it. And if this is your first time of stopping by, do well to hit on the subscribe button, join the family. To my old subscribers, I say thank you very much for all your support, and without wasting so much time, let's get straight into the video. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my crouch depth, and I'll be adding 2 inches band to it. So my measurement is going to be starting from these 2 inches. I'll place my tape at the 2 inches, and then for my crouch depth, what I'm going to be doing is to divide my hip measurement divided by 2. And so this is my hip measurement, my hip line. So for my crouch depth, remember is going to be a high waist trouser, so it's not going to be normal trouser. So I'll be adding 2 inches to my crouch depth, to 2 inches to my normal crouch depth, to get the high waist trouser that I want to cut. So for this I am marking at 11.5 inches. I'll connect this line straight. So at this hip line I'm going to be adding my hip measurement divided by 4, and I have my hip measurement is 35 inches. My 35 inches divided by 4. So I'll divide my 35 inches divided by 2. I have 17.5, and then I'll divide that 17.5 into 2. And I have about 8 point, let's say 9 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark at 9 inches. Then for this, I'm adding 1 inch stitching allowance. And then for 2 inches, if you look at the style, you see that it's not a fitted one. So I'll be adding 2 inches for, not for, let's say, a baggy trouser. Then from here, I'll extend this line up to the waist and also to the crouch line. Then from this crouch line, we're going to be extending this. So what you have 9 inches for this for our hip divided by 4. So I will divide that 9 inches into 4 again, and what I have is about 2.25. So I'll mark at 2.5 inches, and then I'll connect this line straight to meet it, and then I'll make my curve for my my crouch curve here. So this is what we have after we are done. Then for our waistline, I'm going to be adding my waist measurement divided by 4. I'll start from here and add my waist measurement divided by 4, which is 7.5 inches, and I'll add 1 inch stitching allowance. If you look at the style, you see that there's something like a dart that is plated towards the hip side. So for that, I am adding 1.5 inches. Then I'll connect this line to the hip point. So this is what we have after we are done. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to extend this line up to the hem. But before that, let's mark the length of this trouser. For the length, remember we took out 2 inches for the band. So I'll place my tape at that 2 inches, and then I'll go ahead and mark the length of my trouser. For the length is 36 inches, and I'll be adding 2 inches stitching allowance to this. So I'll go ahead and connect this point. So I'll go ahead and connect this point. Then I'll connect the line coming from here up to this place. But because I don't want it to be like baggy at this area, I'm just going to go ahead and connect. I just hope you can see what I am doing. And connect this line this way. And also the one coming from the hip, I'll go inward a bit. Just a bit, nothing serious. Then I'll go ahead and cut this out. So I've transferred the pattern to another pattern, so I had to flip it to the other side. I'm trying to manage my fabric. So this is our front pattern. I just turned it to the other side, and I placed it on another folded fabric. So I'll go ahead and extend my crouch area, and then at that point I'm going to be extending it by you can do 3 inches, you can do 2.5. So I'll be doing 2.5. So this depends on how big your child is. And then this, I remember I've already added 1 inch stitching allowance, so I'll just add 1.5 inches on it. I'll just add 1.5 inches, and then I'll go ahead and connect this. Then at this area I'll also add 1.5 and then 1.5. Then coming down I'll be adding 1 inch station allowance down. So I'm just adding 1.5 here, but every other side coming down will be 1 inch. So this is what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Then I just decided to extend this hip line. So for the front one, I am coming down by 1.5 inches, and I'll connect it to this point. I like doing this because it makes the trouser to sit well. So I'll connect it to the starting point, starting point. Then I'll go ahead and cut this out before we extend the back one. And then for the back one, I'm going up by 2 inches so that it will be able to accommodate the butt and sit properly on your body. So I'll go ahead and connect this line to the starting point. So when you look at it, you see that the front crouch will be shorter than the back one, so that it will accommodate the butt well. So this is what we have after cutting this out. So I'll just separate the back from the front. I'll go ahead and stitch my crouch by 1/2 inch or 0.75, and then I'll stitch this one as well. So guys, this is it after I was done stitching it. So I decided to add like a pocket by the side of it. So this is what I have, the fabric I have. I'll be using this to fabric this fabric for the two sides. So for the length of this and the width is 8.5 inches by 9 inch. You can just do it. So I'll go ahead and cut this out, open this up, and then I'm going to fold all sides. If you haven't set your serging machine, all you have to do is to serge the 3 sides and then fold this upper side for the opening of the pocket. But because I don't have a serging machine, I'm going to fold it this way. Once I get here, I'll fold this one, and then I'll fold this one. I'll repeat the same process for the other side. Then I have more pockets. I have 2 extra pockets. Just like I said, I'm going to also fold this border, and then the remaining side will be smaller all around. And then I have this rope. The length of it is 18 inches and the width of it is 2 inches. So I'm going to fold this way, and then fold this way and stitch it, or you can just fold to the back, stitch, and then turn it to the right side, whichever works for you. So guys, these are the ropes and the first pocket. I am done with it. So before we stitch the side of this trouser, we're going to go ahead and attach this pocket. I didn't want it to have the side one, just this front one. So the side that has the biggest fold is what is going to be up the opening of the pocket. So we're going to place it this way. We're going to centralize this. Then for the rope, it's going to be having 2 ropes. So I'll open it up this way, attach this rope at the center, and this here as well. So this is how it's going to sit once we attach it. Since the rope is too long, I think I'm going to reduce it to make it shorter. At first I wanted to place it this way to run across the pocket, but I've changed my mind. I don't know which one do you think is better, this way to run across the pocket or this way. So for me, I've decided to place it this way. So once I place it, I'll go ahead and stitch this down like this. This is the pocket, and I'll do the same thing for this other side. So once I'm done stitching this pocket, remember we added at the waist 1.5 inches for kind of a dart style. So I'll go ahead and from the back, I'll measure put the nipple measurement 3 inches away from the center waistline, and then 3 inches or 3.5 inches, whichever. And then I'll fold it from the back. So I'll stitch at 0.75. 0.75 times 2 is 1.5 inches, I believe. So I'll go ahead and stitch it down like this. I'm not going to get to the hip. So once I stitch for about 5 inches to this place, I'll stop. But just make sure it doesn't get to the hip, because it's going to affect the hip measurement. So guys, this is it. This is what we have for the pocket, for the first pocket. This is the rope, and then that's that looks like that. So let me turn it to the front so you guys can see. what it looks like from the front. So this is it. You can see the effect. You can see. I just hope you can see it. The effect. More like if you don't want to add the dots, you just put this. Gives it that effect. You can repeat the same process for the back. Remember the 1.5 inches here is here, but for me, I decided to leave it this way so that there will be enough space for the butt. And for this other pocket, look at what we have. I'm done folding the whole side, so I'm going to measure this so that I will measure we'll cut out the pocket cover. So for this, I have 7 inches. So I'll cut out 8 inches so that I can stitch the both sides with it. Then for the length of the cover, I'll be doing 2 inches, so 7 by 2 inches. So this is my fabric is folded into 2. I'll go ahead and pin this down because I don't like working with the wobbling fabric. So I'll measure 8 inches. Just like I said, my fabric is on fold. I'll measure 8 inches. Or let's say I'll measure 7.5. This side is closed already, so no need to be adding stitching allowance for here. So 7.5, and I'm stitching as, remember what we have is 2 inches, so I'm adding ½ inch on both sides. So I'll be, for the length of it, I am marking at 3 inches. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. So I'll repeat the same process for the other pocket, but for this I'm done cutting it out. So what I'm going to be doing is to stitch here by ½ inch, stitch here, so that I'll turn one side of it. I'll turn it from this side, from one side of it is going to be open, or you can just, okay, let's stitch here, then stitch. So I'll be turning by, maybe I'll leave by about 2 inches so that I can turn it to the right side. I hope you understand. So the place you'll be leaving open is the place that you'll be attaching on this. You know, you're going to be stitching it here on the trouser. So this is the side you're going to be leaving open, the side you're going to stitch on the trouser. So every other side will be stitched. So we'll leave about 2 inches this way. So guys, look at it. I am done, and then I top stitch the whole place that I turned it in inside out from. So I'll bring in my trouser. I'll open this up. So I'll pick up one of the pockets, and then I'm going to place it. So placing this, you're going to centralize it on this center seam, and while centralizing it, I'm going to move it a bit forward to the center front so that it sits well. So I'll go ahead and stitch this way, and this way. So once I am done with that, I'll pick up my my pocket cover. I'll pick up my pocket cover from that place that I have stitched, that I stitched it close from. I'll place it this way, and then I'll stitch it just a bit away from the pocket so that it's not too close to it. I'll stitch it down, and I'll repeat the same process for the other side. So by the time you are done, look at this is where how it's going to look. There will be space for the pocket to be, for you to access the pocket. So let's go and do this, and we'll do the same thing for this other side of the pocket. So guys, this is what we have after we are done. See our pocket sitting pretty. So the next thing we're going to be doing, okay, I forgot to mention, we're going to be attaching zipper. So while stitching your seam side, please leave your zipper allowance open. I stitched mine, so I'm going to be loosening it up. So I'm going to turn this to the wrong side, and then we are going to stitch down this center piece. So make sure you arrange your fabric well. You're going to be stitching from one end to the center crouch and up to this place. Once you're done, you also hem your trouser, and then we're going to work on the band. So guys, this is it. I'm done stitching here, and also hem this. So this is what we have. Remember I said it won't be baggy. If you want baggy, there's a tutorial on my channel. Please check it out and you'll see. So we're going to go ahead and measure the waistline so that we can cut out the band. So for the waistline, I'm going to fold it into 2, making sure I arrange this well before folding it, before measuring. So I measure. I have 17 inches plus my zipper allowance of 1 inch, that's 18 inches. So I'm going to cut out 36 inches for the band. So So this is what we have for the band. So I'm going to fold it this way, and then I'm going to start for my zipper allowance. So I'll place this on my zipper allowance. I want this place to be at the back side, so I'll place this here. I'll make this to be the front, so I'll place it this way, front facing front, and then I'll go ahead and stitch all around. So I've cut out this fabric for the cross in the band from the shoulder to the other side, and the measurement of our trouser set from our waistline, from our waist half length. So my half length is about 14 to 15 inches, and I have a fabric of here. I have 31 inches, so I'm going to be stitching it down with half inch. So I'll fold it this way, and the width of it is 4 inches. So I'll fold it this way and stitch by half of an inch, and then I'll turn it to the other side, to the right side. So guys, this is it after I was done. You can see the way it's looking. So, and this is the band for the pinafore effect. I don't even know what to call it. What do we call this now? So let's attach the rope. So from the center front, I am going out on both sides by 2.5 inches. From this center, 2.5 inches, and then 2.5 inches. I'll place it this way because I don't want it to be too wide. 2.5 or 3 inches, depending on how big your child is. Okay, let's do 3 inches because it's for a 9 to 10-year-old. We are going to be doing 3 inches on both sides. I'll stitch it down, and then I'll turn it to the other side, and then I'll also do 3 inches on both sides. I'll stitch it down, but for this back, I'm going to be crossing it this way. So the one coming from this side at the front will go to this side of the back, and the one coming from this side of the front will go to the side of the back. Then I'm going to go ahead and stitch on both sides. I'm even thinking of leaving this side, this front unstitched, and then add button to it. That's instead of stitching it or at the back, I'll just fold in this one, top stitch it, and then I'll attach a button here, then attach a buttonhole here, so that you can easily open it and close it if you want, whenever you want. So once I am done with it, I'll go ahead and attach my zipper, or attach your zipper before you start with this one, whichever it is. So guys, this is it after I was done. You can see how pretty it's looking. I hope you find value in this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you do, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share my videos to family and friends. Wash my ass. So this is how the back is going to be. The front is straight while the back is crossed. Give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.